Welcome back, ladies and gents. We're about to get on the way into map number 2. It's a good start for Team Renewal. They take the first. Their pick, 16-14. Fine margins. Now we go to Lynn Vision's Overpass, and already Team Renewal are straight out the gate flying.
They look so damn prepared for this series, honestly. We thought Lynn Vision, numbers and names and all that would just be enough for them to pick up not a swift, but a decent 2-0. And, well, it has been anything but a hard-fought battle, like you say, on the first one. And it starts off, again, Lynn Vision down on the back foot. Renewal, they've got ideas. They've got game plans. Can they execute this one off, though? They've got a smoke and a kit. That's about it to work with here on this retake. Down goes the first onto Rue. The Glocks get up close and personal, and they are finding headies left, right, and center. Big frag from xerolte. There's a tap onto the bomb. Might even just be the hold, to be fair. Not a bad move. Mick just needs to stay alive, and that's exactly what he's doing. This defuse has got to be coming in any second now. Can he cancel it? No, he can't. And MIQ going to find the head in the final second just to make sure. Team Renewal, it is certainly a bit squeaky, but they will start off with the pistol.
Yeah, that did get a little bit close. It started so well as well, right? Finding a couple of kills, you're thinking, hey, this is great work. But unfortunately, now we're in a position where, once again, it's Team Renewal starting off on a really strong note. And Team Renewal coming into map number 2 in the way that they finished map number 1 with, a little bit of confidence under their belt. Now, ladies and gents, there is just a very brief tech pause. I think the coach is hoping to get back into the server, some sort of a coach crash or whatever. And hopefully then we can get this show back on the road. But either way, still, not too shabby. Not bad at all. You're looking at this Team Renewal side, and it really actually could be an upset on the cards there. Lynn Vision came in as sort of everybody's favourites in a way. And they've never really looked fully confident. I know Starry really started to find some form in towards the end of map number 1, where, I think he ended just shy of 30 kills, but NEUZ was really kind of the standout player. 29 kills he got off the map number 1, which was pretty phenomenal work from him. And Team Renewal generally just look a little bit more, composed, a little bit more concise and clean in terms of their shots too. All in all, some good work coming through from the Team Renewal side. And, of course, in Overpass, they start on that CT side. And while statistically, it's not actually one of the most CT-sided maps. I think it's the 4th most CT-sided map overall. So, kind of slap bang in the middle of the map pool. But for me, whenever I cast Overpass, especially at a pro level, it always sort of leans so heavily over towards that CT side, where if you look at a T side and they get kind of 4 or 5 rounds, it's not even uncommon to see that kind of reverse either way.
Yeah, no, that is very true. That is very true. I think keeping the pace up here is going to be really important for Renewal. They have to, for my money, I think keep the, like you said, some confidence in that pistol. They have to keep that rolling. And, an early tech pause like this doesn't do you any good, to be honest. So hopefully they can keep their heads in the game. Seems like most everyone's bought up, so hopefully not waiting too much longer. As Neo said, we'll try and keep you updated on that one. Some weird connection issues this morning, as it still is. There's so much of the day available when you wake up at 7 a.m, let me tell you. But
yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, so it looks like we're all good. Restore coming in here, which is generally a good sign. But yeah, I think the Team Renewal, if they can continue the kind of trend from the first map, starting on this CT side, a lot of pro players, it maybe gets leaned into a little bit, but a lot of pro players do feel like it's a bit more comfortable to start on that CT side. And certainly if they can get, like you say, those early 3 or 4 rounds on the first rifle, then all of a sudden we're looking at a pretty clean start if they can get pistols and convert it.
No, yeah, exactly that. I feel like for Lynn Vision, they're in a position where we kind of look at them and we're thinking, how are they able to mount up at least a good enough T side where we get to feel confident and comfortable about them? And it's not always the easiest of things as well. So either way, full buy coming through for the T side. They're not really going to bring too much to the table though. Mac 10, a few pistols to work with, but a whole host of utility. And that's the thing I actually like seeing. I like seeing the util prioritized over the firepower, because they're always going to be second when it comes to the firepower in this sort of buy, just because they lost the previous round. So try and use utility as the way to alleviate a little bit of that pressure. So I like this. Good call. As they seem like they're just going to barrel up connector.
Slow but sure on towards this A-bomb site, it looks like. Working their way around Banana. Nice timely smoke coming down. Very, very quiet in here from Lynn Vision. They're really just, they've got so much utility to spend. does check out. It does make sense, and they have not used any of it as yet. So this is going to be a hefty execute coming in. NEUZ, big damage, but no frag. They are forced back. MIQ up close with the A4, though. Perfect weapon for this. He only manages to get one. Thankfully, there's a weird team kill in there. However, the pistols are not looking too bad at all. Just overwhelming the A bomb site completely. Lynn Vision looks set to get it. In comes xerolte, though. He gets a lucky one on the wallbang. I don't even think he was aiming for Zaka, and now it is just going to be down to Amelia. A great first map. See whether she can continue that trend. We'll be able to regain the bomb here and should hopefully get a plant, but a 1v2 required, and it's a lot to ask for. Reload pulled off. Fake out onto the bomb. Just no info. So unsure of what's going on. xerolte's ahead of that Molotov and should be able to cancel the plant here quite easily. He will do so indeed. The hero of that round to bail them out. Renewal, though, sweating, and we're only 2 rounds in.
It did look a tad uncomfortable at one point, right? We're thinking and sitting here thinking, oh, okay, this could really turn on its head. And once again, it goes back to what I was saying for Lynn Vision. They gave themselves some space and room to work with off the back of the util. When it came down to it, the only thing they were lacking was the numbers game. So it does mean that Team Renewal take a second and actually going to force Lynn Vision to a very early tack pause. I mean, I'm not too sure what the point of call is in tacking here because they are going to have a rough buy anyway. So, you know, if I'm tack pausing the round after, right, where they're into their first full buy, and then they get to kind of really have a you know, a decent couple of rounds to review and think, okay, how are they setting up on CT side? But hey, I mean, I'm not the pro player, so I'll leave it up to them. Early tack pause called in towards prior to the 3rd round, and this one on paper should be another bit of a, you know, a cannon fodder round, a pretty easy one for Renewal to see off. Lynn Vision can't bring that much to the table, but they are going to force. Do I like this call? I'm gonna go with no, but I said that earlier, and Renewal were able to pull off a really janky force by 2, but this one's grim, right? Got a Galil to work with, an AK-47, and Zaka and Emilio going to run off the pack with a couple of Tech 9s. It is not a comfortable one, and of course on top of that, utility, which would normally be the good point of call, is pretty limited.
Yeah, absolutely. Ariucle, early flash coming in. Great read here from the Renewal side. Does manage to get one. So much damage done. xerolte, just looking for heads on an angle like this. Great find onto the first, able to drop back. It was a weaker defended B bomb site, but ultimately it's been defended well, and they are as yet to even get the bomb down. Flank coming in a matter of moments. Zaka trying for damage round corners. They do take out NEUZ, pretty important kill. However, xerolte's still alive, and they just cannot get this bloody bomb down. Combined HP of 41 remaining for the T side. So it was red. They've gotten kind of lucky, I think, to find as much as they have, because, like I say, it was so well read, and somehow it was Ariucle not able to find a double or a triple spray down, despite them being all on top of each other. They are starting to get cold feet on that CT side, though.
Hey, what's the call now? Oh, Zaka will fall. And now for Starry, surely the numbers are spotted out momentarily, and will be seen up. That could be an AK upgraded too, and it will be. So AK scooped up. And a 3-0. I gotta say, for Lynn Vision, I'm not really a fan of that call there. That, you know, going for that sort of force buy when you really just can't bring enough to the table to make it justified. You know, you're not winning out at all in terms of firepower. You're not really winning out in terms of utility. You know, everywhere you look at it, it's always going to be pretty brutal. And they try and step up the tempo, which actually, a couple of times in towards map number 1, was the difference maker. Both sides found success after just holding W. That time, though, red really, really well. Team Renewal, 3-0 for them. They're in a strong position to start running away with a little bit of pressure. And already a good start.
Ooh, nice find coming in from Starry. MP9 out here of MIQ, but just get traded out. So a 3 versus 2. These are not bad eagle kills at all. And Rue on the way. Could be dangerous. Could be very dangerous indeed. X-Pro's got the angle in and around the fountain. Definitely wants this one. 7 HP remaining. Ooh, doesn't get finished off. It's westmeloNz who comes in for the save. So I'm still not calling the round for them, but Lynn Vision have kept the damage up. When Team Renewal, they really wanted a clean one to solidify their position, to solidify their lead. You never really know, especially on Overpass, right? The out positions and all that can come in pretty quickly. xerolte's got to be careful with how he plays this.
This is already been, I guess you can even take it away and say this has not been a bad round by any means so far. Lynn Vision, to be in a 2 versus 2, in too bad of a spot at all. Do they understand those xerolte? It's all down to him. Surely he's going to spot at least one, make his way in towards short. Easy. Second spot in towards bathrooms as well. Expo flooding towards the A site, but I think he should be able to get that bomb down.
Yeah, we'll be happy with that, right? You've got 3 kills and a bomb plant here. That's the magic sauce when it comes to these half-buy rounds, so really will be happy with that. And another attempt back at it. Somewhat of a fake smoke out, but they will actually smoke it off themselves. Kind of read into the situation that he's planted.
Yeah.
More for the CT area rather than short, but they've got plenty of nades available apparently on that Team Renewal side to just keep him at bay. 7 HP the difference. I don't know. I mean, a well-timed kill here could do it. He's got the lineup. He runs out of ammo, runs out of HP, but that was nearly on with only a few seconds left to go. Goodness me, Team Renewal having to work very hard against the half-buy.
I'm going to say as well, I think, you know, he maybe has 50 more points of HP. It's doable. It's a nice little lineup there. Nice little sort of one-way smoke. He drops into towards dumpster as well, just dragging the attention over that way. I mean, all in all, a lot of positives to be taken. I think this is not too bad of a showing so far. We've seen some really good work come out from Lynn Vision. Now it's just a case of when are they finally going to find that first on the board, because Renewal are starting slowly but surely to mount actually a fairly respectable CT side. Fullback coming out, and of course an AWP in play now for Lynn Vision 2. AWPing on the T side of Overpass can be extremely difficult, so interesting to see how they take on that on NEUZ, who was the top fragger in map number 1.
An absolute monster. Especially because Zaka wasn't AWPing to the same level. NEUZ, though, first shot we see him ring out is going to be a miss. A couple more swings available, though. And this one will ring true. Beautiful shot to take down Starry. And again, another danger man dropped from that Lynn Vision side. Nice find from Amelia. Good read. Zaka going to take out Rue. There's still the AWP to deal with. Still the AWP that's ever present from NEUZ. Continues to be dynamic here on Overpass and brings it back to a 3-on-3.
What's the play? What's the call? Falling away. I think I like this from NEUZ. Just park up. Try and beckon over a bit of a rotation. Play a little bit more passive. westmeloNz still showing some presence over towards that short water position. For now, Lynn Vision in a good spot. Trades do benefit the T side. Where they stand right now, not looking too shabby at all.
No, it is looking pretty good here. Pretty good indeed. westmeloNz. Hoping an opportunity presents in towards Monster. It has been brought down to that slow 25 seconds. They're going to have to pick up the pace soon, though. Contact coming in. ariucle not going to be ready for this at all. Flash maybe round, but no, the back was covered. Zaka needs this trade. ariucle does go down, but surely with only 10 seconds left and 2 to find, it is going to be impossible. Nice shot comes round from NEUZ, and once again, the AWP worth its weight in gold here for Team Renewal.
I gotta say, he has been the standout player, hasn't he? I mean, both maps now, it's all coming down to what that AWP can do. And NEUZ has just been so consistently fantastic. I mean, his firepower alone has been phenomenal. What a player. And he's really stepping up and bringing it to this Lynn Vision side, who, once again, like we said, with a pretty clear favourites coming towards this game. I think most people would look at them and think, you know, this guy's firepower alone should be enough, but they've been doing some great work, Team Renewal, to make this super competitive, and maybe yet another upset on the cards. No Tyloo, no Eratum, and soon, potentially, no Lynn Vision. That would make a very spicy qualifier towards who's going to make it to Brazil.
xerolte. Not ready for this fight, but does manage to win it. Goodness gracious. Starry kind of going to be kicking himself that he doesn't get that one. Maybe the pre-aim of the crosshair on the wrong spot. This is looking really good. Renewal find another opener. Very impressive. Big nade damage coming in. Okay, nice find from westmeloNz, but ultimately, I would say that we've got the CT side in control here. Look how low they are moving in towards this B bomb site, trying to wrap, trying to boost up. It's all a little all over. Bomb going to get dropped. I think that info is there, and ariucle's kind of aware of the boost. Does need to be careful, though. It can make its way round to him, and it does. Still, 2 players left in on the site. The action does not stop in this one now, guy.
Oh my
3
God.
versus 2, and that seems to be the only slowdown we've got in this round so far.
Avoiding the flash as well. One tucked in towards Graffiti. One towards Heaven. Does Rue push through the smoke? Please don't do it. Wait for it to dissipate and you might be alright. It's all going to be interesting as this fight starts to commence and time is ticking once again. But Zaka will find one. Not clear, not properly checked. And Zaka gets away with murder. I mean, I'm not too sure what the idea was there. We finally see the first one on the board for Lynn Vision. You've maybe got to think that they actually had a pretty decent CT side hold there, and it might have actually, or should have gone the other way. I'm not actually too sure, really, what happened, but Lynn Vision, they'll be counting their lucky stars. They have walked away with a round on the board when time was ticking and things were looking extremely, extremely uncomfortable. And it has actually meant that for Renewal, they come in towards round number 7 with just a low buy. Only a Deagle to work with in the hands of MIQ. And aside from that, that's really all they've got.
Well, straight onto the eco as well as the big thing. Deagle here. MIQ. What you got? Ooh, one. He sets up a second, though. So there you go. Oh. That's not how that's supposed to work. Just run straight past. Rue kind of doesn't know what to do with this newfound information. Might be able to get a backstab onto one. Oh, actually, yeah. X-Pro's low enough. Oh, and xerolte chimes in. Don't mess this one up. Rue doesn't. Oh, no. AK going to be retrieved for a couple of them, maybe. And now, thank God westmeloNz got the bomb. He's going to be spotted out. Rue has to strike true here on the trade. Doesn't find the head instantly, so westmeloNz going to have another fight at it, and hopefully with the aim punch should be able to win this one out. Playing around the fountain, and thank goodness Lynn Vision are bailed out of a USP embarrassment. Nonetheless, what's going to happen now? Renewal maybe buying back in, yeah? I'm pretty giddy about it.
I gotta say, you know, so far this is still looking extremely comfortable for Team Renewal, even when they're on their low buys, even when they're not bringing too much to the table. The fact that they're making it expensive and making it consistent, I think this is a really worrying sign for where we look over towards this T side. And say for Lynn Vision, it's haphazard. This has not been comfortable once in this series. They've always been pushed their full distance. Look to open things up as well. Oh, good shot. X-Pro will fall, looking to double it down. And a missed shot will be punished.
Oh my goodness. Starry with 2 big frags in the middle of all that. So it's looking very good here for Lynn Vision. Once again, a slow ramp up from them. But once they've hit the groove, they have just absolutely ruined Renewal. Using those individuals and looking for the scraps is the way to go, apparently. Just ariucle left. And, well, he's out in the dirt. And there's no one around here, really. westmeloNz on the way, but the bomb is moving itself towards A. Nice find onto the first. Going to give the game away that, you know, he's on the wrong bomb site, but what do you do here? Save? Go for it? Neither of them work for me, if I'm being honest. I think the hunt is on.
I think that's the call, right? I wouldn't mind this at all. Starry low. Might be a little bit of a risk, but ariucle not even going to tempt fate at all. The question is, do they go and clear him? Bomb will go down. Sort of pumping the brakes a little bit. It's not really looking like they're going to make too much of a look in. It's kind of just looking like they're just they're more than happy just to park up. Maybe slowly going to go for a little bit of a search. And I think that would be the right call. So far, no. They're happy just to sit back, watch and wait. And M4 should tick over. The buy around it's still going to be pretty dicey anyway. So either way, I don't think they really matter too much. When we look overall, this is the start of that T side starting to look a little bit more better. Starting to look, you know, what we'd hope for from Lynn Vision. I'd even say kind of 5-6 rounds on T side, and Lynn Vision can be kind of happy with it. So what's the question now? Attack pause called by Lynn Vision, despite them being in the driver's seat right now, so to say. You look over towards Team Renewal, they can't really invest around there. I think potentially ariucle could drop a pistol. But aside from that, I think any other sort of investment will be extremely risky. And to be perfectly honest, not really worth it. We kind of saw Lynn Vision do one of those earlier where they kind of bought into a little AK and a few Tech 9s. And you came up trumps pretty comfortably. And I think that's the same thing in reverse here for Renewal. Just stick it at a low buy. Stick above 2k. Play for a bit of eco. Have money to work with in towards the next. Pick up a couple of pistols. But don't really over-invest. Just make sure you have money heading in towards round number 9, and that's when you can fully respond and hopefully sort of break the deadlock a little bit.
Well, it's going to be a tough ride. It is going to be a very tough ride. Renewal, you know, so quickly watching their lead slip away from them. And they need the CT side to be successful. Sorry, the expectation moving on to the T side is that, you know, they're a lot less comfortable there. MIQ up close with the Deagle here. If he can find one, this could be on. Uh-oh, ariucle in with the M4 as well. Mince meat to be made. They've actually got the man advantage. NEUZ sticking around a little too long, unfortunately. Flash is effective for Amelia. Will battle back in. 3-on-3. Oh, nice. Getting rid of the AKs as well, making sure that there ain't no funny business going down in towards Fountain, but they are bailing on that attack. Look at number 4 on your minimap, though. Rue is up through connector and looking to catch them as they move back towards B. Or maybe even backstab here a little bit. It's been held for, though. westmeloNz too smart.
And now a Deagle to work with to try and, well, see if he can get a couple of kills on the way. I think for ariucle, it has to be once again just park up, save a little bit. Unless they want to play this super aggro, right? I mean, they will have money to work with towards the next round, so maybe even going a little bit aggro isn't actually the worst call here. No money anyway, right? They can, you know, walk away with a couple of kills. It wouldn't be too bad. A lot was relying on whether that Deagle could rattle off, and it doesn't. Rotation is being called. What does ariucle do here? 1 versus 3, an M4, half armor, and no utility.
Yeah, a bit of a tough call, isn't it? Probably just move to save, ultimately. Yeah, looks like that's going to be the case. And so we will have somewhat of an anticlimactic finish to this one, folks, unless he does get hunted down, which, again, looks like the hunt is ultimately on for it. Going to leave the AWP posted up, and everyone else starts to look for the M4. Nonetheless, 4th round for Lynn Vision in a row, and Renewal very stuck for ideas. They will have a much better buy into the next round, though, so we'll see what they've got in their back pocket here on Overpass.
Yeah, true. That is very true. I mean, at least they'll have, you know, a little bit of something to work with. ariucle for him. It was just a case of keeping hold of what he's got, sort of as we expected. There's 2 ways they're going to play that. I think maybe the Deagle gets 1 over towards long. Different story. Then he could have actually maybe tempted fate for 1 versus 2, but hey, not the end of the world for him. Just a save call. It might even mean as well, potentially he might have enough for an AWP by towards the next. He will. So maybe he can drop an AWP over towards NEUZ and allow him to pick up into some armor and all the rest. And yeah, we're actually going to see exactly that. AWP picked up, dropped. So yeah, I like this call for ariucle. It's kind of giving them some security and a very nice, comfortable buy heading in towards round number 10. But is Lynn Vision sort of breathing down their necks a little bit now, right? They're in a position where it's, you know, it's still a lead in favor of Renewal, but it's not exactly a comfortable one at all. They're starting to fall behind. What started 5-0, that's 4 on the trot for Lynn Vision. This full buy is a bit of a needs must and a you know, need to convert, or else this could get very, very uncomfortable.
Well, an uncharacteristically slow round coming in here. Still shaping up outside of B is the look. Waiting for the burst. Flash comes over the top. ariucle is blinded, but does not get off the angle. The second one forced him off. Smoke going to go down. Keep them at bay here. Really nice smoke to work around. Big damage onto a couple. ariucle standing strong at barrels. And the B burst, the slower B burst, has not worked out, I suppose. Molotov, I think, was designed for barrel there. I don't know why we'd be Molotov in default, to be fair. It doesn't land. It doesn't really affect anyone. So 5-on-3. Looking extremely healthy here for Renewal. Lynn Vision. And in particular, westmeloNz looking for a way in. Flash comes round. It's not effective enough, unfortunately, and that should spell the defeat here in this round.
That's it. 2 versus 5. Make it even more expensive on the way out as well. This could be extremely good for him to be walking away with a little bit of success. Hang on, though. Starry, other idea. That's a lovely swing on towards CT. We'll find 1. Does he expect the second? Close and personal. ariucle not showing his face just yet, but the AWP rattling off. This is crumbling. No way. 2 versus 1. And it's NEUZ and Rue. But Zach will get the bomb down.
The AWP as well. Definitely the weapon to go for in this one. They're both split, looking for those isolated jewels. Is the name of the game here. Whoa, that was... Is there a bullet on that back wall? I think just in between the legs.
Yeah, nutmeg.
That's crazy. Right.
He gets very fortunate. Very, very fortunate. But the important thing is that it is a round 1 in favor of Renewal, right? This goes back to what we were saying about, for them, it was a bit of a needs must. They had to convert that. If they don't, we're looking at this map and thinking, this can get extremely worrying and already get to a point where I get extremely concerned about this starting to crumble away from Renewal, what started so well. Now they're back in the driver's seat. Now they're back in a position where things are looking very good. And actually, Double Orbs heads up coming in towards the next. Oh, I'm a fan of. I like this call to arms here. Double Orbs are really, really prominent over towards Overpass CT side. And I think it's something that can actually alleviate a lot of the pressure they've been having in terms of taking those early engagements. So I like this call. NEUZ, of course, we know he's been stand out as a man with the big green. I mean, just see what Rue can do too.
Really solid stuff, I think. Oh, however, NEUZ on the way out, just no self-preservation at all. Not expecting, maybe should have been expecting an angle to be posted up by the AWP of the opposition. So NEUZ kind of lets one slip. I think that footstep may well have been heard there by Rue, but not much that can be done about the upcoming pressure up short. Are they rotating? They are indeed. They're rotating pretty heavily. I think they think that, you know, xerolte is in a really good spot here. And to be fair, they are correct. It just depends on what happens with Connector at the end of the day. I like this. Retake coming in towards Banana as well. They hear some noise out at long. Big fight about to occur down in Connector, and xerolte does come out on top. So now they're starting to get more and more confident. Rue swaps off the AWP onto the USP, maybe expecting them further down Connector. Not quite sure. xerolte with a big frag to make this round still doable. Ariucle is down here. Has to win this fight against the monster player. westmeloNz going to come around the corner and is way too fast for ariucle and his response time. So just MIQ then. Not going to happen. Lynn Vision back on the board.
That's a great T-side round. That is really, really well executed play to perfection there from Lynn Vision. They've done everything right. I think you look towards Renewal, and they were sort of their own worst enemy at times. Both the AWPers making some pretty critical errors, right? You know, the first one, NEUZ just falling away, getting caught, back turn, and then, of course, Rue dropping his AWP, looking to pick something else up, and actually be extremely costly. But NEUZ is going to go in towards an AWP alone. I mean, there's no buy around it. This is a very strange investment call being made here. I'm not sure if this is a miscall or they have a lot of reliance on him, but AWP and just pistols, that's it. Okay, all right.
The AWP though, always in there. And they love these fountain fights on both sides. It's been a continual battleground throughout this game, to be honest with you. And you know, the Deagles, they do find a lot of early picks. They find pretty consistently, actually. Whoa, NEUZ panicking ever so slightly as the flash comes round. That is a blunder, as NUG would say, in the biggest capacity. Oh, that crosshair looked on for Rue. Doesn't happen. So ariucle and xerolte on opposite sides of the map here. Just left to their own devices. Lynn Vision, though, by all accounts, should be hitting 6.
Unless some magic happens. That's not a bad little start. And a tag on towards the second, but hey, not going to make too much of a difference overall. Bomb will go down. 1 versus 3. And for xerolte, honestly, I think that the best call here for him would be a recovery mission. I think for him, he should be looking to try and scoop up an AK, or, you know, early doors would have gone for a flank of some sort to maybe see if he can pick up that AWP back again. Or at least make it a bit of a competition. But no, it is all being scooped up. westmeloNz will pick it up. AK dropped over the wall too. So all in all, not really going to have too much impact here. And he may be caught. Yes, he will. westmeloNz will see him off. And we're all tied square, 6 apiece. I think it was a very risky buy, I've got to say, from NEUZ, which would be heading in towards his next one. He's not going to have too much money to work with. The rest of the team will be absolutely fine. So they can invest. No problems asked. I think for him, it might be down to maybe just a pistol or, you know, some MP9s to work with to try and make some success here. But, hey, with how things are, Lynn Vision, they're on the road to putting up a really stellar T-side. This is already looking really, really good. I think for them, there's a real potential and a possibility that we might be going the full distance towards our third and final map, because this is already looking pretty convincing. And, of course, for those who don't know, our decider is NEUZ. That'll be our third and final. Just to update as well, across the board, we've had an upset on the other side of the bracket. In the IHC game, they have lost their first map and are currently all tied square, 8-8 on map number 2. So they are really being pushed the distance there. Map number 1, it was Anubis. They lost 16-12.
Jeez. Happy to see Anubis getting some playtime though. Maybe in our next series we'll get an Anubis.
Yeah,
would be fun.
Agreed.
Right then. Scout out for NEUZ because he was on the AWP in the previous round. This is a classic scout angle over here, though. Especially when he used to be able to jump scout, which NEUZ kind of wants to. Not going to happen for him. Loses his head as well. Maybe not the best time to pull out the vintage scout play. Nonetheless, 2 quick kills coming in for Lynn Vision. It's looking like somewhat a rinse and repeat of that first half in Inferno. Everyone going down, and Lynn Vision have started to win their fights a bit more convincingly.
At the moment, swinging in. We'll find one. Starry to fall. Hey, still doable. Definitely not down and out. Shadow spotted. That's the awkward thing of swinging out from long. An X-Pro. Labored spray, but he will find it nonetheless. It was getting a bit uncomfortable. It's getting a slight bit worrying, but now we're okay. Now we're in a position where this one should be seen off. No problems. Will xerolte find anything on the way out? Probably not. A lot of damage has been dealt, but, you know, overall, it doesn't really matter when we're coming down to it. And especially now we're coming into the latter stages of this half as well, where for that T side, that economy is already so built up that I don't think they're really going to have to eco at all on the way out. And, well, for Team Renewal, they're in a position where we have to start asking questions of them, right? How is this going to play out? How is this going to, you know, see it in a positive manner? I don't really know how it is. This is not looking like a great CT side of the map, which is generally regarded as being quite heavily weighted over towards that CT side. westmeloNz to see if anyone can be spotted on the way out. He himself low on HP. He needs to be careful to keep that AK ticking over. But that's Lynn Vision for, right, and say the first time taking a lead in their map pick.
Alrighty. The overpass starting to look a little better. It was a really solid run from Team Renewal early on. I think now that they'll be scrapping for rounds, looking to recover back this half as best they possibly can and have a good T side of their own. They've been pretty solid on the pistols so far. So that's something to consider here if they can convert both pistols. But another rough battle. We've got 2 FAMASs. You know, it's really not good. NEUZ off the AWP again. Not really found much success with a different kind of weapon, so I really do not like the look of this buy.
No, I'm, you know, spot on with you. It's not great. Double FAMAS coming through is something that makes me feel slightly awkward. We've already seen a couple of people really stand out. westmeloNz as being the real star player over towards Lynn Vision, and not really the usual name I like to talk about. That's Starry. Zaka being a little bit more impactful this game so far than he was over towards map number 1, and if he can continue that way, I can see us going towards Nuke.
Nice find. Early nades. I don't know, man. Only one player ready and waiting. Amelia holding the angle here. Big one. MIQ going to look for the fight. Wins it somehow. Luckiest son of a gun alive. And NEUZ now is creeping in. I think they're aware of this boost. It's been heard maybe a splash in the water. No one watching for NEUZ. He could get away with it if he really wanted to. They're going to start rotating around towards the B-bomb site. Will they be here fast enough? Nice find. And a big second from NEUZ here. Got to get traded out. Finds another. Are you kidding? Unbelievable stuff. Massive round from NEUZ on the 3K, and that'll be 7-7. All even back up. Renewal actually in with a chance to snatch the lead at the turn of the half.
Yeah, just when you sort of thought that for Team Renewal, maybe this was kind of, you know, job done and already it was going to be Lynn Vision seeing this off this half in a relatively comfortable fashion. They managed to find success at the back of it, and it means that they get an even better buy-in towards the final round of the half at 7-all. They're not complaining at all. Lynn Vision, that was a prime opportunity for them to find an 8th and more often and more, you know, probably a 9th, because it would have really broken or hindered at the very least that Team Renewal economy. So they're in a position they'll be slightly kicking themselves, and maybe this map doesn't go in their way. That's the sort of round they'll look back on. Of course, still a full buy for the T-side, as we mentioned. They're never going to have any struggles. What is the plan of action now? Already Zaka taking some damage. A bit of space being created by Amelia in towards connector.
Nice find coming in from Zaka as well. Looking very good. 2 quick trades back in, though. Uh-oh, they had the man advantage for just a slim second. X-Pro and Zaka really not healthy enough as well to continue the fight here, so this is not looking good.
the CT side is all there. Just happy to fall away, right? Play the numbers game and park up on towards side. I mean, all they have to do is just play trades. This is going to be very difficult. I think a lot of this pressure comes down towards Zaka. That overpass to Rain off Supreme and only 50 points of HP. Bit of utilities to work with. Smoke, Molotov. But they looks like they're trying to take contact first.
Well, the AWP going to have to go large. Decent game, not an Excel game, though. Oh, MIQ's fluffed it. Still not going to make too much of a difference for me, though. Yeah, Rue just in the right place at the right time to pick up the 8-7 finish.
Well, we're going to first one to a break. When we are back, ladies and gentlemen, second half, 8-7 in favour of Team Renewal. We'll see you in a moment. Welcome back. What a even half. Team Renewal, slight lead for them, 8-7 over Lynn Vision. This has been a very good game so far. Both maps been even at the halfway mark. I mean, who's going to take a lead here? It's tough to call.
Yeah, very difficult indeed. The pistol, I think, going to have a lot of impact. Straight out in towards short water. A couple headies for westmeloN. Patience pays off. Very well played. Needs the rest of the team to come in, though. MIQ has found 2 big headshots to make it doable. The support just isn't there as he goes bouncing into the site. Miscomms, maybe. Oh, and xerolte going to be left low. The B bomb site's not going to happen now, boys. So they back off and give that A look in a few moments. But we'll see. They might even... They're just stuck for ideas. They don't know what to do now.
And you kind of look at them now, right? What do they do, right? I mean, where they got information on? Nowhere. They know for a fact that they, you know, took fights up towards being lost. And it all comes down to that westmeloN double, right? Just him parking up basically gives Lynn Vision such good probability now of walking over around. Only thing is, there's a little bit of a stack down towards that site. I mean, they can take the A site for free and potentially set themselves into a front bathrooms post plant.
Yeah, maybe. It is their best hope. Oh, no, a USP in the action here as well, looking for some long range, ultimately keeping them at bay. They should be able to get the plant in. xerolte, though, up close and personal on the Glock. Needs a head, out in the open. Going to find one. Is it enough? We'll find out. Ariucle says, no, it's not enough. I needed more help. Starry with 2 big headshots at the end. Lynn Vision going to win the pistol, and that is massive. Renewal backs up against it immediately here.
Yeah, and it always comes back to that westmeloN double, right? And that set the tone and the tempo in towards that round. It's really well played from him. I think, you know, it's cool, calm, collected, a little bit of an off angle as well. Actually quite exposed too, because if they were going for like a direct monster take, he gets completely countered there, and he would have been spotted out. So I think a lot of credit has to go towards how they set themselves up. And hey, westmeloNz, the slightly risky play. That's some 2 kills, and of course, longer term, Lynn Vision the round, and them tying this game back up. Bomb plant for the T side does mean they got some cash to work with. It's not exactly like they're broke by any means. They've only got 1 AK in the hands of NEUZ. I mean, if I'm going to drop it to anyone, it was going to be that guy. What can he do with it? He needs to find some serious success, and the Deagle's going to amount to not too much to open things up. Zaka will find the first.
Really putting a lot on NEUZ, aren't they? A lot of, you know, solo AWP buys and things like that as well from him. Pete comes in, does find the head, costs a fair chunk of HP. Hopefully doesn't drop this AK, maybe get it across to a different player. Zaka looking for the trade out. Gonna get it? Yeah, of course he is. That's too easy for him, and there's no support for the hero AK, anything like that. So I think after you get that first kill, you got to pull back a little bit. 4v4, and it was a big one and done spot from the CT player, which usually is really good for a T side, but they just don't pump the brakes, right?
Yeah. No, that's it. That's exactly it. What do they do now? This should be messy. xerolte will pick up an AK. Not too much use, though. Quick trade coming through, and the AK is trying to be scooped up. Rue is desperately spamming that E key. You're not going to find it. It will have to drop for the FAMAS.
Yeah, it will actually be ariucle to come back and pick it up, I suppose, which is obviously the best player with the armor, but still not too confident in this hit. westmeloN going to catch the bomb on the way out. ariucle, can't get the trade. That is keen from westmeloN. Looking very good here, Lynn Vision. Brick wall effect on the CT side's already started.
Getting to a point where you once again have to look back at that first half and say, you know, potentially it just wasn't good enough, maybe from their opposition, right? You look towards Team Renewal and think that they actually should have been a lot more dominant coming off the back. You know, at least like a 9-6, something like that, where you can start to have a decent amount of confidence to work with. But the fact that it was so close meant that one hiccup, one slip, like that pistol round, does mean that things go in a little bit of jeopardy, which is what we're seeing right now. Flashing towards mid. Repeat going through. Nothing to be spotted, though, and a lot of short water control taken this time to no expense.
Yep. They love this spot on both sides.
Yeah.
They really do like this little spot in the corner. It is a pretty deadly off angle, but it's just funny to see, you know, regionally maybe it's more popular. xerolte creeping around. Opportunities not really presenting themselves. It's a bit awkward here. In fact, it's very awkward. xerolte, I don't think you make it in trying to contact there, to be honest. This looks like a deadly setup. Will give his position away as... Ooh, the jump peek comes in. It's MIQ who had the read, though. And unbeknownst to me, the T side were actually very prepared for that.
And look at kind of the CT side sort of bumbling around a little bit. It's already could be slightly awkward if that Deagle found a shot. NEUZ just have to fall away though. Numbers looking good for the T side. Firepower maybe not as much, and NEUZ are only opting for a Deagle. How do they try and carve out some success? Because time's ticking, 35 seconds to work with. And this is exactly what we saw from Lynn Vision. They like to use the clock to its full limits.
X-Pro, this is make or break. Could be massive. Could go disastrously. Smokes are coming round. Yep, the nade. Oh no, the spin of those nades, unfortunately, going to cost them 2 kills. And now we'll see 3v3. The A defense is a little weak. Zaka goes down. Zaka needed to stay alive, if you ask me, making the job very difficult indeed, especially with the bank smoke coming in. There's just no chance of a trade-up. These smokes are so fresh, so quick. They moved in with the utility even, so they're able to get into a pretty impenetrable post plant. They always do go for it in this region. 3v2. And then close. Flash comes round. Surely not, though, right? You can just see Amelia moving in. She's got so many different angles to look at. ariucle going to take westmeloNz, and that is a clean round from Team Renewal once they get into the post plant.
Yeah, and a bit of a sort of a needed one as well. We were already looking at that one and thinking, yeah, this has to be some success coming through early doors in towards their T-side from Team Renewal, or this could start to run away from them. And it's had a little bit of a longer-term implication too, because, of course, for Lynn Vision, they can't bring a lot to the table. They are going to go for a force buy. My God, Lynn Vision love these force buys. I mean, it didn't work in the first half. I have a strong feeling it's not going to work here. Starry will invest into a FAMAS as well. This is a really, really risky buy. If it comes up, I mean, the odds are still massively against them, but if it works in their favor, hey, I mean, I got to give them at least a little bit of credit, but this is extremely risky to work with. A scout, a FAMAS, and a few pistols against full AKs on the other side. Lynn Vision are really banking on not a lot.
Yeah, very true. That's a pretty big kill, though. Going to get the AK and get out just as that smoke went down. Perfectly played by westmeloNz, who, by the way, is having a hell of a game. I think I want to say top fragger here on the server is indeed. So
21-11, my God.
I know, that is nasty. 122 ADR, 71% headshot ratio.
Jesus.
Challenging bit for the highest of the year. God damn.
I mean, that Deagle adds to it as well, right? He is being crisp. And he was a little bit quiet at times towards map number 1, too. Oh, no. If X-Pro just carried on going forward towards stairs, he gets 2, but he might get 1 for free here. This is crumbling. I'm worried.
Uh-oh. Yeah, this is a mess. This is an absolute mess. He does get another. However, they've got deep control of the bomb site. That's the only thing they've really got going for them here. Smoke down on towards the site. Zaka not able to get it on the timing. Can't deny the plant away either. They're getting quite lucky. These bullets are hella close. Somehow ariucle is just able to paint the silhouette around him. Big frag onto the scout. And now the remaining 2 are both flanking. xerolte's getting so much information in here as well. Just play the bomb, play safe. They're not going to have a kit. But they are panicked. You can see ariucle, though, under pressure. Forming a bit of a diamond play here. Starry, the only one left with a FAMAS, and that is it. Surely not a chance in hell. Spotted out, finished off, and Renewal. Whoa, sweat off the brow from xerolte and ariucle. They're having to do the heavy lifting. Yeah, I mean, that was way closer than it should have been. I mean, that was already looking extremely worrying, extremely uncomfortable, and we were kind of setting ourselves up for maybe saying, you know, that janky, awkward, weird force buy actually might work in their favor, and that's not something we ever really expected. So, I mean, I guess you got to give credit the other way, right? I think for Lynn Vision, for them to have made that as expensive as they did, hey, I mean, fair play. That was not too bad at all. Now we're once again in a position where you have to look over towards that CT side. It's just going to be a low buy here. This should be a pretty comfortable one. The Molotov missed. The Molotov did indeed miss. Oh my goodness, 3 quick kills definitely coming in, though. It was shaky for a second. Zaka still around on the Deagle. Could take a name or 2 if played correctly. There you go. Any more? Any more? No, not going to happen. But still, any damage, good damage when you've just got a Deagle or 2 bought up and around like that. Lynn Vision slipping behind, though. Renewal, they have found this newfound energy. Renewed, if you will. It was hard not to get that out with the name like that. But ultimately, this is surprising stuff. Looking pretty well put together on the T side. Yeah, no, it is. I mean, already starting to look, you know, a lot more comfortable. A lot more, well, just what we'd hope from Renewal, right? Off the back of what was a pretty decent end to that first map. It was very even, of course, the same way this has been, but, you know, good ending all the same.
Now looking at this, thinking Team Renewal are on the path to potentially causing quite the upset. I mean, there's a world in which I don't think really many people expect this. We could be looking at our next game and saying it's something along the lines of Eruption versus Team Renewal rather than IHC versus Lynn Vision. So not a repeat of ECL Challenge League Season 43 final. Two new boys to the block, pushing this team to the full distance, or these teams, may I say, to the full distance.
Oh, Zaka, an attempt was made there. Able to find the follow-up onto NEUZ, though. Big kills, massive kills. Starry going to creep up and find one, able to get the hell out of dodge pretty quickly. Zaka's still around on the AWP, spots out another, shoots in between them. Got to be very careful now, and was not ready for MIQ to be so close. This is an intense round. Starry needed a frag, goes down 55 seconds, and so much space for Team Renewal to now play with.
Parked up by Transformer. What do they do here? westmeloNz. I think there's even a world in which he might be isolated in this fight. That bomb rotates back towards B, drop down connected, they get that site for free. I mean, that's going to be a pretty comfortable fight for them to walk away with. But no, it does look like they just want to take contact out towards A. So it's the right call from Lynn Vision. And time's ticking, do 25 seconds. They don't have a lot of time to work with. The T-Star need to go here and now. They've got a lot of util, but they're not using it.
westmeloNz. Great angle. Not ready, though, the contact. However, they're not ready from Healer. MIQ on the AWP somehow gets it done. You know it's a big round. You know it's stressful when they just freeze at the end and don't even move. Oh, my goodness. Lynn Vision were close, but no cigar. And Team Renewal now in the perfect spot to start running away and taking this 2-0 upset home.
What a story that would be as well. What a story that would be. Team Renewal upsetting arguably the best team in this region. The champions, as we said, of Challenger League Season 43. I mean, they have been standout for quite a while. And when maybe there was a bit of a void with Tyloo and Rare Atom starting to dwindle into obscurity, Vision will plug that gap. But Team Renewal pushing them the full distance. xerolte let himself too. Of course, just pistols over there. Will that AK get scooped up? Yes, it will. No one holding for it. The Mac 10, other ideas. ariucle, so confident to take that fight. With only one casualty, that actually really isn't too bad at all. 13-9. Man, Scriv, they're on the home straight right now. I don't think anyone really expected this, especially because Lynn Vision normally, generally, are very good in this map.
I know, it is surprising. Renewal, though, they realize the spot that they're in. They realize how well this is going for them this afternoon, and they will indeed take a timeout, second one of the game, maybe even stack a couple on top of each other, because this round is for the game. If they can find it and eliminate all the players on the Lynn Vision side, then they're just going to have no cash available, and it should be easy pickings towards the end. You know, the hard fight on Inferno seems to have fallen by the wayside here for Lynn Vision. Really, really solid stuff. Really, really solid indeed.
I think you're exactly right. This is really good. Where we are at the moment, Lynn Vision, they need a real breather. They're just hoping that, you know, they themselves off the back of this break, that maybe there's an opportunity to sort of ice out Renewal a little bit and just make it a possibility heading in towards the next. This is really, really good work so far, though, from Team Renewal. While Lynn Vision have their moments of brilliance and their individuals who stepped up, it's not been that consistent. Whoever that wasn't towards Connect, I didn't really see. They are very fortunate because Zaka had a good read.
Very fortunate indeed. Lynn Vision are, you know, really trying to battle for that first frag. They will get it. NEUZ going down again. Been a rough one from him. Been a very, very rough one on this T side. Does keep getting picked in certain places. So Lynn Vision, they start off. They've got themselves the man advantage shot. Solid, solid beginnings.
I do have to say, though, we are seeing quite a bit of missed utility. There was a pop flash there, which was meant to drop in, well, I'm assuming, in towards short water. It didn't. westmeloNz just pushed through the smoke. xerolte, no ideas. I think he was hoping that maybe his teammates around the corner holding for him. This T-side round's already sort of crumbling. They're very spaced out. Look at Team Renewal. They have to individually win out their duels and then group up at a man disadvantage. This is a really awkward position for them to be in.
Nice find from ariucle. Rue has an opportunity. Going to miss the one on the backside, but But now a big flank opens up. Got to move fast, though. Only 30 seconds available. The bomb is making its way back towards B. They're starting to read into the flank. The B players on that frontal attack need to make some noise, need to distract away. We're on the Glock. Yeah, just being held for. It's not that solid of a flank, my friend. Will go down, and that kind of throws a big spanner in the works, I think it's safe to say. Zaka will take MIQ, and now just ariucle on 13 HP left to try, but nothing comes. Was maybe thinking about saving that orb. They will have money to buy back in, but Lynn Vision at the very least keeping them back.
Yeah, I got to say that, you know, for me, the thing that made things so uncomfortable for Renewal was just how spaced out they were on that T side. It was never really a, you know, a comfortable or a cool, calm setup. It was always looking really a little bit janky. And I think that's kind of what we saw, right? Where we saw this side kind of having the three of them on that T side, all in different parts of the map, all trying to individually take these aim fights. It's never going to be nice for them to make that work in their favor. And hey, I mean, it paid off. They should have maybe grouped up a little bit earlier. Speaking of, that's not a bad start. NEUZ flying out monster.
Yeah, first time we've seen them go for this in quite some time. It's going to work super successfully as well. The two CTs that remain stacked on top of each other. 3 kills in for NEUZ. Left very low, though. It's certainly not out of the woods just yet. They've got to be careful with this. They do have the advantage. They do have the bomb plant. They do have the bomb site, but don't have a lot more than that to work with. Couple flashes to maybe keep players at bay. They're not even risking those, though. X-Pro. Slow creep. Will manage to find one. Trade going to be here at any point. I'm not quite sure. Pretty difficult, though. Rue comes in from Heaven, not expecting a Heaven player. Now just going to be Zaka, it feels like, for the game. Tap onto the bomb. Try and draw them out with the orb, but there's just no time. They know that. They don't have to go crazy. They don't have to go wild, and Zaka should go down to the bomb here. He's doing his best to get the hell out of dodge. 15 HP should be all right from here, and indeed is. Got to keep going, though. Got to keep playing it safe. There we go. We'll manage to save it, but Team Renewal, they're right back, and they are up to 14 now. So this is looking like their map once again.
Yeah, he was really trying to get out of dodge there. I mean, he does too, so it's all right. I have an idea. I think if I'm right in saying, potentially, I think IHC may have lost. They may potentially I'm not exactly sure that there's a world edge. I think I actually may have lost to Eruption. I think HLTV is still trying to catch up a little bit, but that game is going the distance. I actually are really being pushed by Eruption. So there's upsets across the board. Team Renewal are not the only upset so far. I mean, what a story we could be seeing, right? We're seeing, you know, multiple different teams step up and cause a lot of problems. That would be extremely good to see. And I can confirm, yeah, IHC have lost 2-0 to Eruption, 16-12 on Anubis and 16-13 on Inferno. My God, that is a massive upset, and we could be on for another one here. Great start. NEUZ will find one, looking for two. It's real step up and do it.
Oh, nice find from Starry, though, to trade back. Yeah, looking good here, Lynn Vision. A faster round, just players all over the shop for Team Renewal, really trying to, I don't know, run rampant, I suppose. Their money's going to dry up pretty quick here, though, Neokai. They're only on 14, not quite 15, right? So the game is still on a pullback if Lynn Vision can wind the string up, I suppose.
Yeah, no, exactly that. This is, I mean, at least it's, you can maybe say it's doable, but I feel like this is one of those positions where maybe even the early call to say is actually not even that bad, especially as time starts to tick. 30 seconds to work with. He's going to give it a go, though. Bomb in hand. 25 and counting. He's going towards the A site. There's people here to meet him.
Flash comes round. Ariucle faking out on the bomb plant, trying to just take some weapons away ultimately. Yep, going to be sniffed out, unfortunately, though. Zaka drops him with no bomb plant. There's definitely not a buy. So I'd be very surprised if they go for one here, assuming somewhere down the middle in a round like this.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's probably what I look towards. I mean, of course, I get invested. We kind of,
money was there.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of these really weird force buys from Lynn Vision, and I actually think that's probably the main reason so far is to see why Lynn Vision are a few rounds behind. It's off the back of the 2 force buys we've seen, which weren't really needed, and of course came to no real success. So I think they actually have come back to bite Lynn Vision quite considerably. But of course, yeah, now just an AK in hand. Not going to be dropped over towards NEUZ. I mean, of course, Rue's picked up the armor, so understandable. But you maybe want to look at like a person like NEUZ and think if that guy had armor, he's going to be the difference maker. He's going to be one who can really step up to the plate. But either way, all they're really looking for is a bomb plant, right?
That is very true. But in a game like this, I mean, this hero AK is also pushed up really far. So it's a passive play from Lynn Vision, giving a lot of control across. It looks like they're just going to, you know, all group up and look to overwhelm with the manpower. If only they had a burst flash for this AWP. That's the only thing. All that can really see does come alive. A shoulder peeked round from ariucle. Zaka going to get a second as well. Head finally falls, and the AWP is retrievable there. Amelia at the back end of the site, not going to be watched for. Only good for the one. So we've got the damage. The bomb plant has to come in soon, though. The AWP on the way. Misses the shot. The nade just shakes the screen a bit too much, and it will just be Rue. No bomb plant occurs then. So not going to get the payoff for their spend. And you can see where's the money at? Where's the money at? This is kind of what you were getting at, where it's like they should be able to buy now. That's kind of how it goes. You know, eco or half buy around, and then you go for a buy. But they have miscalculated, and we're really expecting the bomb plant, it sounds like. Yeah,
it sort of feels like that, right? And now there's a fantastic opportunity for Lynn Vision to actually make this expensive, or in another sense, actually make this way more competitive in the latter stages. I think if you want to feel comfort for Team Renewal, the low buy once again is not a bad call. I maybe just stick above 2k and try and do kind of a rinse and repeat of what we've just seen. But I would have much preferred Team Renewal to go for a low buy in towards the previous round, you know, a low or no buy, right? Because it means they would have had comfortable money in towards this, where you can pick up AKs, full armor, all the utility you need, and it's not really an issue. And worst case scenario, if you want to have someone having a little bit more util, drop him on a Galil. Not the end of the world at all. Send him as an entry fragger. Absolutely fine. But yeah, I think now Renewal sort of, you know, they've kind of bit themselves or shot themselves in the foot, may I say, in a sense, and they are just flying out towards Monster. The flash doesn't catch Starry, so he finds two, make that three. That's a lovely spray down. MIQ and Rue will follow NEUZ, and just like that, down to two.
Yep, just getting mowed down, absolutely melted. Xerolte was back here with the flashes, but, you know, it doesn't matter. It was right place, right time for Starry at the end of the day. And we are very quickly back to Lynn Vision being able to claw this game back. Again, some miscalculations with the economy, kind of from both sides, really. And this time it's Team Renewal, and that has really cost them. Not a single kill comes in that round. Lynn Vision will be very happy with that. Got plenty of cash available then to kind of survive what is to come, which will be a buy. But again, we see, you know, miscalculations. Why have we only got players with one smoke? A guy on a Galil. You just had 2 eco rounds, essentially, for goodness sake. This is sloppy, I have to say. And they have no flashes. What's going on?
I mean, this is...
xerolte's holding on to money. What are you doing?
I do not understand what kind of the call here is, right? I'm really, really questioning a little bit. And also, I'm questioning the calls in terms of what they're doing. Those 2 previous rounds, like you said, right? If it's just back-to-back ecos, how are they still on a weird buy into this one? They should be flourishing in cash. They should be able to pick up an AWP, realistically. They wanted to. Ooh, speaking of AWPs, Zaka gets out of dodge. He gets bailed out, and he will actually find himself one through the smoke. Rue, those bullet tracers sold him a dream.
Starry.
Uh-oh.
In from behind, not being watched. Gonna find the double. Does get traded, but that surely has to spell it in this round. Meanwhile, NEUZ has found space out on towards B. Not been having the best T-side half, it has to be said. This could be the round to really bail it out. Looking for a head towards heaven. Can't find head towards heaven. It's just going to be ariucle and Vision. Looking set to maybe snatch things away. These rounds are looking very clean, and Renewal have run out of ideas. Dink lands there. ariucle should be able to survive. Oh, my goodness. What is this? Amelia on the runaway. The Molotov going to come in. Does get the kill, but kind of cost everything. And I think we're looking at, yeah, saving T-spawn on this one. The round itself is just not going to happen.
No. Once again, I don't know, mate. I feel like there's a lot of question marks that have to go out towards that T side, right? In terms of their investments and the decision making. This is not good. And unfortunately, I think now they are actually playing for overtime, right? This is where things are. They cannot really afford to fully invest in towards this round, or they're going to have a really janky economy. Yes, they got a loss bonus built up, but they want to have full AKs, no Galils, and of course that full utility. They've got to really make sure they don't overdo it. And maybe NEUZ has a tad here. Actually, same ariucle. Maybe he has a tad as well. Both of those two sitting on like 1.5. MIQ on 1.1 as well. I mean, this could come back to bite them once again. We'll have to wait and see. Tech9's flying out in towards bathrooms, trying to take fights in. The CT side just bounding away.
Yeah, the AWP standing strong, though. That's kind of the big one here. Zachary is going to be left low from a Dink X-Pro as well. Also left low. The bomb is the big one. The fact that it's hit the deck over here. Flash comes in to allow them to retrieve that, but 4 players ready to go on this A-bomb side. I don't think there's a hope in hell that you make it in here. We'll see. They're pretty planted up on the A-bomb site, though. I think that has been ever so slightly red. They're going to back off. And like I say, X-Pro half, Zaka 15. You never know. A stray headshot could turn the tide here.
AWP gets scooped up. And hey, we've got a game in our hands here. This has been a weird and wonderful buy. That's a free kill. That's the freest one Zaka's seen in a while. Unfortunately, we're now in a position where, well, for Team Renewal, what can they do? I mean, nothing. It's 2-on-5. Got a couple of pistols to work with. The hope and the want in this sort of round is getting a bomb plant, and they don't get anything like that, or even a couple of kills, right? We're getting very uncomfortable thinking that their buy might be really choppy in towards the final. It's a flawless round coming through there from Lynn Vision. They're hunting to push this towards Nuke. And I gotta say, this is going to be really, really weird in towards the last. Of course, money to work with for that T-side, thankfully. That loss bonus is so built up. But to be perfectly honest, the loss bonus shouldn't be built up. This should have been done and dusted and already a 2-0 in favor of Team Renewal. They had plenty of, space to work with, breathing room, confidence, and weird and wonderful buys, plus a variation of other rookie mistakes have led them to a point now where Lynn Vision, 1 round away from pushing us towards Nuke.
Yeah, we were 14-9 on this, I think. Pretty sure that's where it was at. So kind of crazy Lynn Vision have managed to pull it back. It's going to be a fast B burst as well to decide the game. Can't find the head there. Xerolte kept back. Starry looking strong, and they're all just very ready for this B hit now. 2 quick trades do come back through, but ultimately a 5-on-2 that they've got to win. The AWP is just too strong. Look at him go. He'll keep him coming. NEUZ, meanwhile, not been on the AWP for a long time, and that'll be that. 16-14, another snatch away from Lynn Vision. Wow, color me surprised. We are headed to Nuke indeed now. Yeah, we are.
Well, ladies and gents, of course, we can throw this one to a break while we get things set up for our third and final side. It's Nuke on the cards. We'll see you all very soon.